On the macro picture, Naren, what is your take? Worst of inflation is behind us. Would you agree that? And if that is true, what does that mean for equity and bond market?
I think the macro picture is fantastic. If you ignore anything that can happen in future, because if you look at the current account, for example, which is one of our most important indicators, we used to fear about current account last year in this phase, and the trade deficit, which we look at not just goods, we look at goods and services put together. That number was looking pretty negative, and over the last 3 4 months, if we look at trade plus services, that number looks much more comfortable. That we have ceased to worry about current accounts. So that's one thing which is gone. If you look at inflation, I would say that inflation worries are lower, but in the way inflation index is constructed, we have to keep in mind that we are talking of just ahead of monsoons, and people are scaring us on account of El Nino and things like that. So that we have to little bit worry about monsoons, and therefore, but at this point of time, oil is the other product we always worry about: oil, coal, fertilizer. I think that basket, I think the worry has kind of disappeared. So I would say that, in fact, OPEC is forced to cut production to maintain prices. So which means that we don't need to worry about it. So I would say that that is a worry which is lower. I think the superb steps taken by the government in terms of improving the digital footprint to improve compliance in direct tax, the kind of GST collections that we are getting at this point of time, all those things are certainly helping tax collections. That I would say that the fiscal situation is reasonable. So on the whole, I would say the macro is the biggest positive at this point of time, and I would say that unlike other countries which overdid the fiscal and monetary bit in 2020-21, we did not, and that's why we don't have the inflation problems that the Western world is staring at it over the last 1 year. That's why the macro is not the problem at this point.